All right, we'll continue today's media availability here at Texas Motor Speedway. And we're excited. We're here to welcome a new company and a new sponsor to the sport in Mid-America Mortgage, and it's Click and Close brand. Click and Close will serve as the official mortgage provider of NASCAR and also be a sponsor of Darrell Wallace Jr.'s number 43 car with Richard Petty Motorsports starting in 2018. Here to talk about it today, we have some special guests, including Darrell Wallace Jr., driver of the famous 43 starting in 2018. The King, Richard Petty, who doesn't necessarily need an introduction, nor a nameplate for that matter. Steve Phelps, Executive Vice President and Global Sales and Marketing Officer of NASCAR. And also Jeff Bodie, owner and CEO of Mid-America Mortgage. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions after we ask a few of our guests here, so I ask you to get those formulated in your mind. Let's go ahead and start with Jeff. First of all, welcome. And would like to know from you why NASCAR and Richard Petty Motorsports was such an attractive platform for your Click and Close brand in getting involved with the sport.
Well, it was natural to us. I mean, Mid-America Mortgage is all about speed, efficiency, and safety, getting things done in a rapid, efficient process. And as we watch NASCAR, that's what it's about as well, and Richard Petty Motorsports. We're excited to be working with Bubba Wallace, a new and up-and-coming driver. Proud of the diversification that our company's had in the past. We are the nation's largest Native American lender, and we really have diversity is what Mid-America is about. Our Click and Close platform that we're rolling out is a application process for mortgage banking that gets the application and gathers the documentation in 8 minutes from the consumer. So we think that's revolutionary and a lot faster than anything that's been done before to kind of speak to the efficiency that NASCAR has. We also have a digital closing process, the e-close process, where the borrower can close their transaction in 15 minutes. So that speaks to the efficiency as well. The heritage of Mid-America Mortgage, we started our operations back in 1940 at about the same time NASCAR and Richard Petty Motorsports did as well. And we've been striving to improve since then.
Very good. That sounds exciting, especially anyone who's gone through the mortgage process. Those are pretty attractive numbers for how long it should or should not take in that case. The King certainly have a history of working with some iconic brands. I think you've got a mic hooked to your shirt there. But what's it mean for you to have a new brand in 2018? I think we can hear you. There, you're good. You don't even need a mic. Look at that. You're the king. You don't need a mic. But what's it mean to be working with Mid-America Mortgage and that Click and Close brand?
Now, we just looked at Click and Close, a perfect situation for us with a new driver, a young driver. You got so many new people coming into the market, young people wanting to buy homes and stuff. So this was a perfect situation for us. I think it's a perfect situation for them to be able to draw to the younger generation. And, I'm drawing to the older generation. We got somebody to draw to the younger generation now. So we just feel like it's a perfect fit for us. It's a perfect fit for NASCAR because NASCAR covers the whole spectrum of people. So with our new leader here, then we expect to be leading in what we do and helping all these guys out too.
Very nice. Bubba, a new partner in the sport. I know talking to you earlier, you can't wait for the 2018 Daytona 500. We have a couple more races to get through, but it'll be here before we know it. How excited are you to have a new partner in the sport, and especially looking forward to 2018?
Yeah, I wish, like I said earlier, I wish it was this weekend, 500. I'm excited to run my first 500, and I think most of you guys know and hear that the 43 and Richard Petty has done great things and has great numbers around the Daytona 500. So not much of a better way to introduce Click and Close to NASCAR, but not only the sport, but to everybody in here and everybody that's watching on TV to learn more about their program. And I remember going through, I just bought my house back in 2015 and kind of like getting ready for race season. I was so ready to get in. I actually bought myself a birthday present, which crazy times now. I bought a house on my birthday. Usually I should get something for my birthday from somebody else, but I remember going through that process of, it was about 45 minutes of paperwork, and it was about 3 stacks of about this high. And so this is great. So the next time I want to buy a house, I already got the partner on board. So we're good.
Very nice. And Steve, always fun when we have new brands come into our sport. Why is NASCAR still the platform that works for these brands?
Well, I think NASCAR works for these brands, and we're really thrilled to have Mid-American Mortgage and Click and Close, Jeff and Wayne and the crew on board, both as an official partner, and it's great to have them on the iconic 43 and with Bubba. So couldn't be more pleased about that. Listen, NASCAR is still the best place for brands to connect with our fans, and no sport does it better than NASCAR. Our fans support the brands that support the drivers and the sport that they love, and we see that time and time again. So great to have a new organization into the sport and understand the importance of that connection with our fan base.
Very nice. Let's go ahead and open it up for questions. We have some mic runners. I'd ask that if you would name your your name and affiliation. Let's start with Wolfgang, and right next to Wolfgang to Lee after that. Shocker. Go ahead, Wolfgang.
Two questions for Mr. Bodie. Bodie, yes, thank you. Number one, did you have or your company a previous involvement in motor racing before you joined NASCAR and Richard Petty Motorsport? And how came you in touch with Mr. Petty with the team?
Mid-American Mortgage, this is our first entry into sports with Mid-American Mortgage, and we're excited to be there. How we came in touch with the Petty Motorsports, we looked at them and we kind of looked across NASCAR as an opportunity to be in business. And as I said, it kind of fit in with what we're about, speed and efficiency. You go to the track and it's just amazing how efficient those pit crews are. And it kind of fit into the narrative of what Mid-America is about.
Let's go to Lee and then Bob.
Lee Spencer, motorsport.com, and I'm from Missouri, if you're wanting to know about Missouri. Anyway, Jeff, how did you decide on the three races? I mean, obviously, the Daytona 500 is iconic, and, Texas is your home track. I guess Phoenix with, as sprawling kind of community that area has. But how did, what was your approach to this?
Well, obviously, Daytona it's the Super Bowl of NASCAR. I mean, that's what it's about. And the Texas Motor Speedway, that was, a no-brainer because that's where we are and here in our hometown. The other two, the Phoenix opportunity was a function of that's really what was just the best other option we had in marketing as well as the Homestead.
Let's go to Bob.
Bob Pockers, ESPN. One for Jeff and one for Richard. First for Jeff, did you talk to other teams, and was there something particular about the Petty team that you liked?
We talked to every team. Yes, and they're particularly about Richard Petty. I mean, you've got the king here, and Bubba Wallace, who's coming on, and we think there's a lot of talent there. We checked him out significantly, and that's why we picked this team. But we went through them all and did a great deal of due diligence to figure out where to go.
And for Richard, I know this is kind of a repeat, but the release says the 43 car. When will you let us know whether it's a Ford, a Chevy, or a Toyota?
I'll let you know when I find out.
Let's go to Jerry, and then we'll wrap up with Chris before qualifying starts here.
Jerry Jordan, KickinTheTires.net, Performance Racing Network. Richard, right here,
Right in
the middle. Regarding your other sponsors, the announcement that came out earlier this week with Smithfield, can you elaborate on what their involvement will be with your organization next year?
Is that my question?
Mm-hmm. That's you.
Yeah, we're going to be involved with Smithfield next year. The deal being that we're going to be in a different area with them. I think they're going to use us more with corporations and stuff like that people that's already in business where they sell mass things, not just to the grocery stores. So it's going to be interesting really to see what they come up with. And right now it's working real good for both sides, and it's been a good relationship for 6 years. And they wanted to continue it, we wanted to continue it, and right now this is the way we're going to do it.
So possibly like a Waffle House or something like that, a B2B sponsorship?
Yeah, I think really I don't know if they got their whole deal together yet. They just told us that, look, you stand over there, we'll call you and tell you what we want you to do. And we said, okay, we're right here. So I think they've got ideas and stuff, but they'll go out and start talking to a lot of these big companies that really uses truckloads of this stuff. And so, we're still eating bacon, so we're doing good.
Go ahead, Chris.
ChrisKnightCatchfence.com. Jeff, the release says at least 3 races for 2018. What's the potential that could increase to a more predominant role for RPM next year?
We hope we can expand it. We're going to see how things play out this year. Looking forward to this year, and we hope this is just the beginning of a long-term relationship.
Very good. With that, we want to certainly welcome you to the family, Jeff, and your team that's here with you.